my guy, Patrick McGlothlin with Lydig Construction. What's up, Patrick?
Not much. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy that you are here. And I got to say, I'm going to start off right now because Patrick is a man of his word, promised us some gear. We got the gear, y'all. Lydig Construction came through. Thank you so much.
Love it. Glad you appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as always, I love to talk to you and dive in. This is such a phenomenal intentional effort. And I loved hearing Mariana and talking about the heart of construction and how it's really trying to plug in, young apprentices and getting people into this. This is really a phenomenal opportunity. We dig into that every time. For you right now, where are you guys at in this process?
We are, I guess, a couple fronts, kind of staying on the workforce and apprenticeship path. We're really still looking to directly recruit more apprentices, more journey workers across the board for our workforce, and especially focused on the Seattle Public School projects to really help meet that commitment of the SCWA agreement that they have entered into, and those goals that all the way from the top at the district have established for the district as a whole and anybody working to support them.
Yeah, well, the fact that you guys have multiple projects just in your own portfolio for Lydig, and you're bringing these apprentices in. We talk about Rainier Beach and build the beach for us, by us, but it's a multitude of ways that you guys are giving young apprentices some real hands-on experience right now. And so I know we talk about a few of them that have entered into this apprenticeship program and are really already working with Lydig. How has it been to get more folks kind of involved as you guys have been connecting with community and having these engagements out there in community every month?
Yeah, it's been, I would say it's been good, but we always want more and more engagement. It's been awesome. We did a class this summer, or NWCI with Mariana did a class, and we were able to get two of those apprentices that we talked about a few times onto our other projects, which is great. They want to build their Rainier Beach High School for their community, but we can get them into the workforce now. We can't build a whole job with all first-year apprentices. So for us, it's a long-term plan and commitment to every year steadily add apprentices that become second period, third period of journey out, after the 4-year process. And then at the end of that, we have a completely different workforce than when we started. And it's not about, the one apprentice for a job and saying we're done. So it's been great to get them working, like you're saying, and then focusing to bring them back for the Rainier Beach High School project.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is when I think about this, what you guys are doing and the intentionality and the approach, it's multi-pronged, because not only are you connecting with community, but you have to make sure that you're connected with folks like NWCI and all of the people that you've brought on here when you're talking about plumbing and electrical and all of these different variants that are needed for the entire project. You guys are really doing it in a multi-pronged, faceted way. How have you been feeling on the other side as you build those kind of partnerships with folks like NWCI and Mariana?
It's been awesome. For the last, year and a half or 2 years since we've been hanging out, she's educated me a ton on the apprenticeships, the benefits. I think she hit on it some. I think two things I really want to highlight is it's no joke, a life-changing career. When you start with zero experience, I think with the latest agreement, you're at $29 an hour, plus benefits after that. So you're starting basically at $60,000. Then every 6 months, you're guaranteed an increase from there, as long as you do your classes and the training and participate in the program, to the point where you journey out at $49 and maybe 10 cents. So basically $98,000 with zero college debt. And the other thing I want to talk about is, and again, she hit on it, but oftentimes there's that stigma of not a college path. It is a college path. You are not getting college debt as you do it, but you are getting credits with the carpenters at Seattle or Renton Technical College. And when you graduate, when you journey out, you're 4 classes away from that associate's degree. And you haven't paid any of that out of pocket. And then on top of that, NWCI has a special rate for their carpenters. So those classes are $300, I think. Maybe that's been updated per class. So you're getting a discount on top of that. You're 4 classes away to getting a degree while you have no debt. and are on your way to a $98,000 career.
I think that we also too, I mean, something Omari touched on there in that segment is, just kind of breaking down the stigma and some of the stereotypes of, like you were just saying, it's not just about a non-college degree, but people, sometimes are like, oh, like he said, bring back the cool of it, all right? Like, and really showcasing like, hey, when they see people that look like them, that are like, man, I made this my career. Like, look, this is the lifestyle I've been able to provide for my family. I remember several folks you brought on have been able to kind of talk about that. And I think it's really important because also too, some of this is, hey, you guys know this is a viable career for you. And it does take hard work like anything else, right? But you guys also now understand that it's a multi-pronged way, and you guys are caring for them really as a whole person, which is something that I think we have always are talking about in community. Patrick, I mean, this has really been a journey for you. I mean, you come on here and we get to like really connect every month, but I always love to also give you space to talk about the impact that it's having on you, but also I can only imagine that you went through this track yourself. And sometimes we don't talk about your actual track into this. I really want to just dive in and learn a little bit about when you're talking about that from an apprenticeship perspective. How was it for you when you really first got in? Did you see yourself at this position?
Yeah, I think, we talk about it a lot. So many people in our company come from some type of trades background. And that may not be actually in the apprenticeship, but their father was, or their mother was, or, I worked as a carpenter, the summer after high school, right? Like, so many of us have some connection to the field as a start. And that then has spurned into, some other paths. And that's another piece of this is you don't have to think about this as a commitment for the rest of your life. If you want to go through the apprenticeship and journey out, and then you want to shift and focus into being a project manager for a general contractor, or, Rick at R3, all the great community service he does came out of his experience as a trades, right? So, we had, our plumbing partner Adept on here. Same thing with him, right? So many different experiences when you trace the back come out of those trades. I'm no different. I wasn't a union member, but I definitely started with that hands-on experience that really sparked the interest and passion in construction, that in a roundabout way, led me here as well.
Well, I think that is important too, to always highlight the variants of the ways that people can get into the field, but also what they can do with the skill set. And I think that that's something too that is a part of, when I heard Omari saying that, I was just like, yes, because honestly, people just have this idea of something, but it's not until they're in it that they really are experiencing the full throttle of what it all brings. And I think that that's exactly why I love being able to connect, because we're seeing it full throttle. I mean, people are working for a company and then building their own based on their knowledge and their skill set. And so it really is a lot of that. I mean, you guys obviously have another community meeting coming up, and I want you to be able to talk to us about what you guys are going to be diving to in this next community meeting.
Yeah, and we actually, right now, we're really focused on next month. While we don't have a regular community meeting schedule, we're going to be focused on highlighting the all-female cohort at the NWCI pre-apprenticeship program. So we're going to be focusing our efforts on that. In addition to, we have the first few bid packages that we talked about last time we were here. So they are on the street, like Amari was referring to. They are going to bid on February 3rd. Hopefully that, I'll say we have some great indicators right now. When we had our site walk, and so far the first people that have committed to being interested in bidding, over half of them are WIMBY businesses. So start, those little indicators that we're doing something right. So it's great to see that. We've got to continue to make sure that turns into actually getting the bids next week. But we're seeing a lot of that progress. So right now, those are kind of the two efforts that we're really focused on as we head into February.
Man, lots of work on the horizon for you, Patrick. And great to see you in good spirits here, because I can only imagine that as it's getting closer and closer, there's just more and more things that you have to do as a project manager for this. But also, I always want to highlight and appreciate your guys' intentionality. I think it's something that a lot of companies can learn from. I know we touched on that before, because I'm like, how are you sharing your approach and your strategies? But I think that you're right. When people start to see that something is working, they want to figure out ways to replicate that. So I appreciate that. And I mean, Mariana said it. I mean, there is no shortage of construction and things like development happening in our city. We really are living in a place where this is a prime ground for somebody to step in, zero experience, and get the experience, because as she was saying, they're just waiting for people to come into these jobs.
Yeah, the Seattle Public Schools, the bond initiative we're working on, 1.4 billion with a B, right? Like that is a lot of weight with a single owner. There's another, I believe, levy that's going to be running in February, which would have more jobs behind that. There will be another BEX initiative after that. Keeping this network of schools up takes a lot of trades, a lot of craft, and a lot of effort, and that will not change. And so, seeing that commitment, seeing them implement that SCWA agreement, where they really are striking a deal where they are going to prioritize SPS students, SPS parents, SPS households to build that work that is being funded by the city. It's really, really powerful, and it's great to see that commitment.
Well, I also say too, because I live in Federal Way and I'm seeing it out there, like even in South King County and other cities where, they just remodeled Thomas Jefferson High School. They had remodeled Federal Way High School some years back. They're doing some great work. I think that you're right when it comes to these institutions, right? And how are we keeping up with these institutions? So just appreciate you always, Patrick. Please let the folks know how they can connect if they're trying to make sure that they are bringing, young people, as Amari said, getting them off their couch, or just connecting with this project in general. Let them know how they can connect.
Yeah, definitely. Always website is build the beach for us by us.com. Struggle to get that out for a sec. On the workforce related, Rick Dimmer has been here before with us. He is really our point. He always follows up. We've connected with roughly 50 community members so far, and he really does an assessment of kind of where each person's at. Do they need some barrier support? Help with getting a driver's license, help with car insurance, help with daycare, all those things. So if you are interested, he really can talk to you and see where your passion lies, where your interest lies, and what trade. Then he will refer you. If you're into carpentry, that's awesome. We can work directly with Mariana. Lydig hires carpenters directly. If you're interested in plumbing, we'll bring those partners in, or anything else. But really, that point is Rick and the R3 team out there that you can find his contact information along with mine at buildthebeachforusbys.com. And then you can always reach us at our office, 425-885-3314. Ask for Pat. Tim's not here, but the big dog is always on the line as well. So feel free to reach out to any of us if you have any questions, workforce related or anything else.
Patrick, always appreciate you being here. Thank you for sharing this amazing opportunity with our audience, with our community, and always appreciate your intentionality, my friend. And I gotta say, you came through for me today.
Love it.
Thank you. Oh, you guys, always a great update from our team and our folks over there at Build the Beach for Us by Us. You guys heard it right there. If you guys are looking to get plugged in and get connected with this amazing opportunity and redevelop your community, be a part of this amazing institution at Rainier Beach High School, please make sure you guys go to that website.